Hello again, and welcome to Sarah Space, as well as the sister YouTube channel, Sarah Lee Sunday Speaks, which is a place where I try to give helpful hints to dancers, to dance teachers, and parents alike. Today we're going to talk about the first aid kit that I recommend every dancer has in their bag. Generally speaking, I recommended these particular items for dancers that were on point, but over time I've grown to realize that they are useful if you attend a lot of competitions, if you attend conventions. Essentially, I carry a first aid kit complete in my bag at all times in order to be able to help dancers, help sometimes teachers, and just to have for myself. So below you will see various items. I have made sure that I'm not going to be mentioning brands because that's not the purpose of this. The purpose is to say what I think is useful to have in the kit. I think a pair of scissors. They can be blunt-nosed. The more useful, the better. These are little children's scissors, and I have found them invaluable over the years. They're also small. Some sort of an anti-inflammatory. You could use naproxen, which is a much better anti-inflammatory because it dissolves in the liver more effectively than ibuprofen does. Some sort of sterile wipe. So these are an alcohol-based wipe and they're individually packaged. If one has some sort of rug burn or floor burn, as much as it stings, you should clean it out with a bit of an alcohol wipe before you put a Band-Aid on it and try to continue dancing. This is paper tape. This is what I recommend all my students use on their toes. It's sometimes a little bit tricky to get off the roll, and I'm favoring this finger because it's got a big cut on it. But it is really easy to rip. For some reason, the glue adheres to the toes so effectively that when you are wrapping it on for protection of blisters, perhaps when you're going on point, I find that it stays most effectively on the toes, as opposed to something like medical tape that is both expensive and also does not stay on. See how effectively that stays on? My goodness, that adheres. All right, next on our list would be a pair of nail clippers. Why? Because so many of you don't cut your nails properly. This is very useful for both point work and if suddenly you're starting to feel a little bit of a jag, or if you're about to get an ingrown nail. These are officially called bunion cushions, but I keep them in my medical kit for the primary reason that a lot of dancers get really huge blisters on the back of their heel from tap. Or sometimes there'll be a blister of such a size on the foot that the only thing I can do to sort of protect the abrasion that takes place when you try to just put a plain old Band-Aid on a blister is a little bit of a bunion cushion. These are officially called corn cushions. These are fantastic for the regular size blisters that will take place on your toes. This, I will mention the brand because it's pretty much the only brand I've ever known to make it. It's called Second Skin. It was originally invented for burn victims, and it's like a slimy layer that you can put on top of a raw blister, then to put one of these on top, then to put a bit of, actually I usually then chase that with a Band-Aid that just has a little bit of a pad in the middle, and then I wrap the whole thing with this tape and it holds steady. That's how I can allow myself in rehearsal to keep going, and how so many dancers have been able to continue on with point class or rehearsals when they have their proper medical kit. There are larger sheets of the Second Skin as well. I find those just as effective. I think this brand is called 3M Tegaderm. Same idea. I don't know if Second Skin makes the larger sheets any longer, but there we have it. These items, and of course in some sort of multitude, would be best to have in your medical kit. All right, it was wonderful talking to you again. I hope you found this helpful. See you later.